Will one of you finally give me what I desire? Yes, we will.
Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse, and guys, we are back in again with another Marvel Legends unboxing, and today we're going to be unboxing the Marvel Legends series Gamerverse Marvel Spider-Man 2 Venom figure. Guys, as you can see, I have 19 inches of Venom right next to me. I'm actually rocking my Marvel Spider-Man 2 symbiote logo shirt, so I'm ready for this unboxing. You guys are probably wondering, how did you get your hands on this figure so soon? Shout out to Amazon. Amazon actually moved up my pre-order to the 10th, which of course I believe is today. I could be wrong. Maybe today's the 12th. I'm not sure. I think it's today's the 10th. Don't quote me on that. But it did get moved up because originally this figure was not supposed to come out until June 3rd, along with, of course, my Black Cat from Marvel Spider-Man 2 and also my symbiote suit Peter from Marvel Spider-Man 2 figures. Those are actually slated for June 3rd. I have a feeling that those figures will get moved up just like this one did. So like I said, I'm very, very excited. Stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated if those Amazon pre-orders do get moved up. And I also suggest to you guys, if you pre-ordered this figure over on Hasbro, or even pre-ordered it over on, you know, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, I don't know where you guys pre-ordered it. I definitely recommend return those pre-orders and actually go do it right now over on Amazon. I don't even think there are pre-orders anymore over on Amazon. And if they are, your package will get sent to you just like mine did. If not, maybe a lot of other people's pre-orders got moved up, maybe on Big Bad Toy Store, Hasbro. I'm not sure, but as far as I know, shout out to my bro Troy, because he let me know that my pre-order got moved up before I even knew about it. So I was able to get my money in my account just in time, so that way, you know, when this shipped out, they could take the money and I wouldn't lose my pre-order. So I'm very, very glad that my bro let me know. But without further ado, we are going to be getting into this unboxing, and let's get into it right now. All right, guys, we are here getting ready to unbox the figure, but before we do so, I want to show you guys the box. Of course, here is the front of the box. It looks really amazing. I love the Gamerverse box. Of course, it says Gamerverse on the top. Here is the front of the box with, of course, Venom and the accessories in it. I do like how they're laid out. Venom looks so good. I think he looks incredible, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on the figure and feel the quality. Of course, he comes with two head sculpts, the grinning head sculpt, as you can see right there, and he also comes with the tongue out head sculpt. And here is the drooling effect, as you guys can see right there. He comes with two fists, as you can see, and he also comes with the accessory Venom tendril, which is so cool, the symbiote tendril. I'm excited to see what he can actually do. I think he can actually hold like Miles or Peter in the tendril, so I'm very, very excited to see what the capabilities you can use with the symbiote tendril. And of course, he comes with two open claw hands on the figure itself. Here's the side of the box. It says Marvel Legends series on the side. Here's a cool picture of Venom, and that is the same picture that we end up seeing on the back of the box, just but zoomed in. This is the same concept art image that we had on the steelbook for the Marvel Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition that, you know, you end up getting with the statue, and you get a digital code on the inside, and this is the cover art of the steelbook. I actually own that steelbook because I have the Collector's Edition, as you guys can see right there, and there's some information about Venom on the back there. If you guys want to go read that, do so. Okay, cool. And here is the side image. Like I said, same as the back of the concept art of the box, but it's just zoomed in. Real cool picture of Venom. And like I said, here's the front of the box, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Gamerverse, really cool. And here is the bottom, not much there. But like I said, let's get right into it. Like I said, I'm really just amazed how early that this thing came in. I was not expecting it to come in this soon. I'm just so grateful, you know, that my bro Troy let me know that this got moved up, because I did not have the money in my account. My account could have got overdrawn and I could have lost this pre-order. So like I said, go check your pre-orders, whether it be on Amazon, GameStop, wherever, Big Bad Toy Store, Hasbro, Entertainment Earth. Check it everywhere. It might have got moved up. That's the one thing that I need to try to remember, is to always check my pre-order dates, because most likely they do end up getting moved up if you're lucky enough. But Like I said, he looks amazing. He is tall. I'm blown away. I'm really excited to see if he can even fit in my shelf. He should. Looking at him, I think he should be able to fit, especially if he's crouched down, which I am going to have him in a crouched position. So I'll probably mess around with it, and probably, once I get him in a good position, I'll probably pose him on my shelf and show you guys. I'll probably post it on my community tab and probably on social media as well. But like I said, he looks amazing. Great paint work. Of course, there's the accessories right here, but I just want to get him out. So let's just get him out right away. Oh my God. He just... Wow. Just wow. Look how great he looks. Wow. I'm actually like blown away how great he looks. Damn. And they weren't kidding with, of course, he has the toe, like the toe bend mechanic, which is really, really cool. I do like that a lot. Someone's apparently people have been getting these early. I think over in Japan, if I'm correct. And they said that the toe the bending accessory is a big game changer for posing the figure. So I do like how they added that. I think that's really, really cool. Of course, I'm going to take out the head sculpt. I'm going to take out all the accessories real quick. I'm just going to take them out because I'm going to be messing around with them in a minute. We'll leave the fists in because we don't really need that. I want to take this tendril. I think we're going to need... No, actually, I think that we don't need the fist for the tendril. I'm going to leave the fists in just for right now, and we'll kind of go back to that. But the thing I want to talk about the most, of course, is the quality of the figure. He feels amazing. He looks amazing. The paint work, I love that kind of that sheen he has to show off that, the symbiote. I do like how they kind of added a little bit of like gloss to him. Not too much where he's too glossy, but I do like the idea that they added a little bit there. I do like that, especially on the white. It's not such a matte finish. There's a little bit of gloss there, which I do like, just a tiny bit. They didn't add too much, but I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people probably want him to be very, very glossy, but that's something you guys could do if you really, really care about it the most. I think people probably will customize this figure, but in my personal opinion, I don't think he really needs it all that much. I do like the grinning head sculpt, but I even said on the Hasbro Pulse stream, I said the head sculpt, at least from what it looked like when they were showing this figure off, it kind of looks like Giga Chad, I'm not gonna lie, because it looks very like boxy, his jaw like sharp. If you guys can kind of tell, it kind of looks like Giga Chad, I'm not gonna lie. But I do like the way it looks. Of course, he's able to look up this far. As you can see, he's able to look up that far. Not too much. He's able to look down that much. Like I said, he can't look all the way up without taking the head sculpt off. So this was one of them things where, I don't know if a lot of people will have a problem with that if he can't look all the way up, but he can look up that much. As you guys can see, look down all the way. Like he can kind of put, chin to chest a little bit. Like I said, he has butterfly joints. I know a lot of people will love that he has the butterfly joints, which is really, really cool. He can't go too far forward without kind of, flip. Actually, I guess, no, scratch that. I guess you can. Okay, cool. So yeah, full butterfly joints, like I said. As you can see, he can kind of go, he can go this far forward. He can't connect his hands like this. He can't do like a clap. If you want him to do a clap, he cannot do that. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with that. But he does have the butterfly joints, which, of course, that's some nice articulation right there. A lot of people care for it. Of course, he has the, ab crunch? He has that. So that's really, really cool. Of course, thigh swivel. He has the thigh swivel, which is very nice. And he has the ankle swivel, which is nice too. Like I said, they added a lot more articulation to this figure. The standard articulation that we all kind of hope to see, especially for you articulation collectors out there. They added everything. I'm not seeing anything missing. Like I said, especially this, like I said, that they added the ankle cut, or not the ankle cut, I meant the toe cut, the foot cut, which is cool. So you can actually like pose around and make him lean forward and make him kind of get into cool poses. That is, I do see as a game changer that they added that. So that's really, really cool. Love this figure. I really, really do. Here's the back spider. I love the back spider. I think it looks great. Here is the front spider. If you guys want to get a good look at that, here's the front look at the spider. literally one-to-one from the game, and I can only imagine what cool poses you can get him in. He stands really, really well, and I do think it's because of the fact that they added the foot cut, so I do like that. There's probably a right term for that, guys. Let me know. I just think of it as a foot cut. To be honest, same as like, you know, the thigh cut. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? So that's really cool that they added it. I think people are going to be able to pose this figure nicely for photos. But without further ado, let's kind of take this head sculpt off right here, the standard smiling one, and let's put on the grinning one, or not grinning one, the tongue out one. I do like this. This is probably my favorite. Just him getting ready to like bite someone, you know what I mean? I love that. It's so cool. It's so sick. Oh man, this is my favorite Venom figure. We've had some great Venom figures, but this is my favorite. And I also just love the design of the Venom, from Marvel Spider-Man 2. I think he just looks incredible. I'm excited. Let's put in the droll, and I'm not quite too sure how you do it. I think you got to put this, because there is a hole here. I think you got to fit the tongue in first, right? Like so. I think you just go up. I think you just, is that how you do it? I feel like I did that. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. I know the tongue doesn't come out. Okay, I think I did it right. Guys, bear with me. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I think I'm doing this right. Because there's like a long part, and I think that's for the bottom part of the jaw of the slime. There's like a long part, and I think it just goes in the teeth. You just gotta kind of shove it in there. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. Like, mind you, I'm just doing this not knowing too much, without looking at without looking at anybody else's video. I'm kind of just winging it there, but that's what it looks like with the drool accessory in there. That's really, really cool. I don't know if like it goes in front of the teeth. I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure. And in that case, I think it looks really, really cool. I think I did it right, because like I said, there is a hole for the tongue to go through, and I'm pretty sure the lower part goes at because that's the one that's extended the most for his jaw, and this one's so round where I feel like that goes on the top. I'm pretty sure I did that right, and it looks great. I do love the droll accessory. That is something new, something that Hasbro is doing. And I think it's a good choice, a good accessory for this Venom figure. And also, I hope they do that going forward. If they start releasing or re-releasing Venom figures, I hope they do add that Venom, like the droll accessory in for that head sculpt, if they happen to have two head sculpts. One, you know, with, of course, the tongue out, and one just with the grin. It would be cool if they start adding in this droll accessory, because this is not going to fit with all your Venom figures. This is literally molded this droll accessory for this Marvel Spider-Man 2 figure. And like I said, I think it looks great. The droll accessory, I think it came out very, very well. Like I said, I think I did it well. I don't think that goes in front of his teeth. I think it just literally goes in like so. Yeah, because there is a... Yeah, I did it right. I did it right. That's dope. I'm glad to know that I did it right, because I think if I did it this way, which we are going to try it... No, yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. Because you can also see that this is shaped for his chin, as you can see. There's like a, you know what I mean? You see how it's cut like that? So yeah, this part does go at the top. This part does go at the bottom. And you guys can kind of tell where like this is like kind of forming for the tongue drool. That kind of like lip right there. So yeah, I did put it in right the first time, which is really cool. So I do like that a lot, how you can have a choice to put the droll in or not have the droll in for this head sculpt. That's really, really cool. Let's now mess around with this, because there is a peg hole in here for the symbiote accessory, the symbiote tendril accessory. There is a peg in here, as you guys can see right there. There is a peg. So I'm not sure if it's like it has to go on any particular arm. I think you could just take it off. I don't think it's for the right or left arm, but I am going to use his right arm. I am going to use that. So let me try to figure that out. I'm just hoping I don't want to break it. That's my worst fear. I just don't want to break it, and I'm a little bit afraid that I'm going to break it. I think, yeah, right? I don't think the whole, yeah, it has to go. Like, take the hand off. Yeah, you just take the hand off. As you can see, I thought you took the whole arm off, but you just take the hand off, And we are still using his right arm. And I think you just put it on. You snap it in. Yeah, it's easy as so. You just snap it in, and he has the symbiote tendril. I'm going to have it like that, and I am actually going to make him hold, because I did bring over Miles, the Miles Morales Advanced Suit 2.0 figure, the Gamerverse figure. I did bring him over, and I also brought in the Marvel Spider-Man 2 Peter Parker Advanced Suit, a 2.0 figure, because these are both the Advanced Suit 2.0 for Marvel Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse figures. So I wanted to bring them over kind of to just, you know, see if he actually can hold the, you know, Miles and Peter. So let's just do that real quick. We can grab Peter real quick. Let's just grab him. Kind of just do so like that. Okay, yeah, he can hold them. That's pretty cool. Because, yeah, this can just wrap around. That's sick. That is cool. It's a bit... The joints are a bit loose here, though, for the elbow joints. So he can't... Yeah, without... It's kind of too heavy, as you can see. I'm putting it up, the figure up, and he's wanting to go down. So that is the one thing I will say. It's not going to stay. So if you want to have him holding someone, he will not stay. Unless I'm just doing something wrong, which I don't think I am. Let's try... I mean, it is a bit loose too, which I wonder... No, I did this right. I know it's the whole arm doesn't come off. It's just the hands for this accessory. But let's try doing it again. Because there's no way. Because I'm pretty sure they did this. They were able to show off him holding a figure in the stream. I'm pretty sure Dan and them did that. Let me see. That's so weird, because the figure's so heavy. He's not wanting to... Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. As far as I can tell, it's not wanting to hold him. Or, like, it holds him, but, like, it's not wanting to just have him... Because the weight of Peter is so heavy... It's just not wanting to, yeah, I'm going to have to mess around with it more. So just off rip, which again, I think that's never a good sign when you can't give it in right away. Like, have this work, like have the accessory actually hold a figure like it's supposed to. It's never a good sign when you kind of have to like struggle with it to make him be able to hold a figure, because that's what this accessory is for. The symbiote tendrils is supposed to be able to hold another figure. And so far, I'm struggling major because the weight of the Spider-Man figure is too heavy for him to hold without his arm wanting to just go down. And he can't hold him up. Like I said, the symbiote tendril does hold Peter, but it just won't. It's so loose, the kind of, you know, elbow joint, that if you have his arm out like that, it's gonna want to go down. Or if you have his arm up, the weight of the figure, he's going to want to go down. Like, it's not stiff enough where it would hold up a figure, which is a shame, But like I said, most people might have better luck, you know, kind of messing around with it for like about an hour or for a few minutes to kind of make it where he is able to do it. Maybe you got to pose Venom in a type of way so like the weight distribution works for him to hold up another figure. We are going to try Miles though, because Miles is a little bit lighter than Peter. So I'm kind of hoping at least it works for Miles. But we're about to find out here if this actually wants to work or not. Okay. I mean, the only way it's going to work is if it's like this. That's the only way it's going to work. I find it. Yeah, the only way it's going to work is if you kind of have him like this, like fully elbow up, holding him like that. You can't have it where it's just straight out, because again, look, it wants to do this. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work, which again is a shame. I'm going to have to mess around with it more, guys, to hopefully make it happen. But yeah, the weight distribution's kind of just off, and he can't hold up people with the symbiote tendril. But like I said, it's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm gonna keep messing around with it probably after I'm done with this video. I'm also curious to know, are you guys able to make Venom hold Peter or Miles? Let me know, with the symbiote tendril, without his arm wanting to go down because of the weight distribution. Let me know, because that's also, I'm pretty sure we saw them on stream use another figure, use a Spider-Man figure. I'm pretty sure it was one of the Gamerverse ones, and he was holding, like this, holding one of the Spider-Man figures. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, it's really weird to me he's not able to do it. It's like really weird. You'd think he'd be able to do it, but like I said, that weight distribution, I don't know. But other than that, really, really cool. I do like the symbiote tendril. It is a matte finish on this. There is no shiny gloss, which is a little bit weird. There's more shiny gloss, I would say, on the Venom figure itself, just a little bit, nothing too much, like most people wanted this figure to have. I know a lot of people want the symbiote, and I rightfully so, want the symbiote figure, or like the Venom figure, or the symbiote suit Marvel Spider-Man 2 figure that have a little bit like some gloss there. But like I said, you could easily do like a clear coat over these figures, and the problem will be solved. It can't be, there's nothing that can't be solved. You know what I mean? You could easily just do a clear coat and you would have that shininess that you want. Like I said, and it's not to say that there's no shine here. You guys can clearly see there's some sheen here. But on this, there isn't really any. But but the cool part is, if you get it in the right lighting, it looks like there's some shine. But there's not too much shine with the symbiote tendril like there is on the Venom figure itself. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying that he can't hold up Miles or Peter with that. Like I said, I'm going to have to mess around more. But overall, this figure stands very well. I actually want to try to get him in a pose real quick. So let's kind of get him in a pose. Let's do this. Cool. I kind of want to have him like... It's always hard to like pose on camera. It's always hard to like kind of get him in a pose real quick. But yeah, let's kind of pose him kind of like that. Let's just do that. It's fine. Let's kind of have him lean forward like so. Claw out, looking up like so. That's probably, honestly, this is probably how I'm going to have him on my shelf. I'm not even going to lie. This is probably how I'm going to have him. Yeah. This is probably how I'm going to have him on my shelf. Kind of just, the lean forward, claws out, screaming at Peter and Miles. That's probably how I'm going to have him on the shelf. Because like I said, he cannot stand up. I don't think he's going to be able to stand up straight in my cube. But I actually am going to cut for a minute and show you guys if he actually can stand up straight. I'll probably do that. Actually, we'll do it now. I'll be right back, and you guys will see if he can actually stand up straight in my shelf. All right, guys, and he actually can stand up straight in my shelf. I'm actually surprised. I believe this figure itself is 10 inches, if I am correct. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, because my statue is 19 inches, and I'm pretty sure that this is like 10 inches, but I'm surprised. He just barely fits in. I mean, there is a little bit of room, as you guys can see, like right up there is just a tiny bit of room, you know what I mean, left over in the shelf. He just fits, which I'm just surprised about. As you guys saw, he fit in my shelf fully standing up. That's nice to know that I can actually mess around. I can have him crouch forward. I can actually mess around posing him without, him not fitting into the shelf. So that's really, really nice to know that I can actually have him standing up straight if I want to. Like I said, I think this figure is worth it. I think it's worth the $50. I think that this figure was worth it, to be honest. I believe that this figure was 50. I don't think he was 60, or maybe he was 60. Maybe he wasn't 50. I think he was $60. I think this figure is worth it, quite honestly. I know, like I said, we got some other figures on the way that I'm very, very excited to actually unbox here for you guys. Like I said, the Marvel Spider-Man 2 black suit figure, and also the Marvel Spider-Man 2 black cat figure. I'm excited to unbox those. Like I said, I think those were retail. I think those were like $25.99 if I'm correct. And I believe that this figure was 60. It was a little bit more than the maximum Spider-Man figure, which that I believe is $50. And this I believe was 60. Correct me if I'm wrong on my pricing. But like I said, I think it's well worth it. Like I said, I think, especially for you articulated action figure people, I think that you will be very happy with this figure because it has every articulation that I think that you guys, if you articulate your figures once, this is kind of, it has everything I think you guys would want, and more. Like I said, especially with this, I think you're like just having this alone on the foot, I think you're going to be able to pose him and make him lean and do cool things. I think that's just really, really cool, especially for a Venom figure. I think that's what you want. And they also had that kind of foot articulation they had on the Marvel's Spider-Man 2 Advanced 2.0 Peter figure. They have those kind of toe joint right there. I think that's what you call them, the toe joint. So that's really, really cool. Unfortunately, the Gamerverse Marvel Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales Advanced 2.0 does not have that toe joint effect, but the Peter does, and the Venom does. So really, really cool. I do think that this figure is worth it, especially with everything that comes with it, with the accessories. I think it's worth the $60. Yeah, like I said, I think just because of how big the figure is alone, I think that's why they can price it for 60 along with the accessories. It's just a shame that the thing that really sold me on this figure the most was the symbiote tendril, and it's just a shame that I can't get him to hold up Miles or Peter without his arm going down. It's quite a shame. I'm actually curious to know if someone's actually able to do it with, without it falling down. And I know some people might actually have it up like with pictures, with them, maybe Venom holding up Miles or Peter, but I hope they're not lying saying that it can do it and then it just goes down right away after they get the picture. You know what I mean? I actually hope that the Venom is actually able to hold up Miles and Peter for as long as you want him to hold them up. You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep messing around, see if I can actually get it to happen. And if it happens, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably post it if I can actually get him to hold them up without it falling over. I'll let you know. But as far as I could tell, my first initial, impressions and me trying to actually make him hold up Miles and Peter with the symbiote tendril, it failed miserably, which is a shame. But it is what it is. I do feel like a lot of people, once they see this and how he wasn't able to hold Miles and Peter, I could see a lot of people canceling their pre-orders because of that. I know a lot of people won't do it, but I know a lot of people probably will because I think, like me and like amongst other people, I think bought this figure because of this and just the ideas of how cool, like what kind of photos you can get with, Venom using the symbiote tendril trying to grab Miles or Peter. I think that's one of the reasons why people wanted to buy this is because of this effect piece, but it just doesn't work all that well. But but like I said, I'm going to keep messing around with it, and I don't regret buying this figure because, like I said, I think the articulation, I think the look of this figure, I think it's incredible. Even if this doesn't work, I think I'm still very happy with the product, and I'm glad because, like I said, I always wanted to get this figure from Marvel Spider-Man 2. You know what I mean? It doesn't take away of the posing factor and just having this cool ass figure on my shelf. Now, comparing him to another Venom figure that I have, this is the Venom figure I got from the 2-pack with Null, the Null and Venom 2-pack. Really, really cool. And as you guys can just see, this Venom figure doesn't come close to how big this Venom figure is. This Venom would eat this Venom. That's all I'm saying. It's insane. It's insane. I love this figure a lot more than this figure. It's so cool. It's so cool to have a Venom that is actually supposed to be this big. You know what I mean? He's supposed to tower over and be huge. This figure, if I put up against Miles and Peter right now, it doesn't do too much towering over, if that makes any sense. I mean, it does it a little bit, but I like the idea that, just look at it, just look. Yeah, that's how it should be. Like, it's so cool, so cool. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you going to be getting this Marvel Spider-Man 2 Venom figure? Are you getting it? Are you not getting it? Does the fact of this tendril accessory not working make you want to cancel your pre-order, let me know. Like, I'm actually curious to know everybody's thoughts down in the comment section below, because like I said, it's weird to me that he just cannot hold them up. I don't know why. Maybe I need to mess around more. I don't, like, you know what I mean? Is you guys saw me trying. You guys saw me trying to do it, and if he was going to do it with any figure, he should at least be able to do it with the Miles, because the Miles is a lot lighter than the Peter is, in my personal opinion. So he should have been able to at least do it with Miles, but he was not able to. But I'm going to keep messing around with it. And let me know, if you guys have this figure early, were you able to get the, you know, tendril piece to work to hold up Miles or Peter or maybe some other Spider-Man figure? Let me know. Again, guys, if you are new, subscribe to the channel, put those notifications, and like this video. It'd be much appreciated. Guys, we are well on our way to hitting 1,200. Right now we're at 1,000, I want to say 81 or 82. We're so close to hitting 1,200, and that is the goal. So if you are new and you love Marvel Legends, this is the place for you. Stay tuned for more Marvel Legends unboxings. Like I said, we have the Black Suit Spider-Man and Felicia Hardy's Black Cat figure on the way. Like I said, they say June 3rd now, but this said June 3rd, and it got moved up. So I do think that those figures will be moved up to probably later in the month of May, maybe May 20-something, maybe, you know what I mean? I maybe as soon as the 27th, I can see those figures being moved up and come around maybe the 27th of May. I'll keep you guys posted. If my figures do get moved up, I'll probably let you guys know over on my community tab, also in my Discord. If you want to join the Discord, it is in the description down below in the link tree. Like I said, feel free to join the page, the Discord. We have a Marvel Legends tab. We have a tab pretty much for everything when it comes to entertainment and comic book stuff. So definitely, like I said, feel free to join the Discord, and feel free to follow my socials. Like I said, link in description, in my link tree to my TikTok, Instagram, and my X and more. Which of course the more is the Patreon. But as always, guys, I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.